So today we're talking about rhythm and movement in art, and we're looking at the artist Vincent Van Gogh, and he's going to inspire our work today. So what you're going to need is you're going to need some acrylic paint, you're going to need some paintbrushes, and you're going to need a piece of blue or black construction paper. I am using blue, but you can use black or maybe another darker color, but this is going to be our sky, so that's going to help set a good basis for our sky. So we're going to think about the movement of the artwork, all right? So we're going to, I think I'm going to start by marking the stars, and we're just going to do the sky. We're not going to do the whole painting, but we're just going to think about the movement of the sky. So I'm going to do that moon right in here. And as you can see, I'm going to have to layer that. So I'm just kind of marking where everything is with this yellow. I'll make it stand out more later. I'll come back in with the yellow later. So I know my moon's gonna be up here. I'm gonna have a star here. I'm just gonna put some stars around. Put a star down here, star up here. Just a few stars. Okay. So I'm gonna come back to my yellow. That's just kind of marking where I'm gonna have stars. And then I'm gonna come in with my blue and my white. And I am going to think about movement and swirls in the sky. So we're just gonna do a bunch of those Van Gogh swirls. So I think I'm gonna start with just white. I'll pull a little bit of white here. And I'm gonna dodge these stars, but I'm gonna make a big swirl like Van Gogh did. Now watch, when I do this, it's really important to try and keep your wrist straight. So you wanna draw from your arm, not from your wrist. So I'm gonna try and keep my wrist really straight as I move in the swirl. So I'm leading the whole thing with my wrist. I needed more paint. No, with my arm, not my wrist. Trying to keep my wrist really straight. Lots more paint. Kind of blending that out. I'm gonna add some more swirls into the night sky. Maybe do one right up here. It might take a lot of white paint, a lot of white paint, because we're coloring on a dark background. So we really want that white to stand out. I'm taking a lot of rhythm with my movement. Swirls create a lot of rhythm, I think. I'm just gonna do one more. I'm gonna do one more right up here. All right. And now when I look, each of these circles, each of the stars has a nice white outline. So I'm just gonna add that white around the stars. And again, like I said, I'm gonna come back in with the yellow. I'm just gonna kind of add that white around the stars. And something that I'm doing that Van Gogh did and a lot of the Impressionist artists did is they mix their paint on the canvas. And so that's really a special technique. That is very unique to Impressionist artists. All right, now I'm gonna come in with this swirl again, and I'm looking at all these colors. I'm gonna come in with some blue. And really thick blue, and I'm just gonna emphasize that shape. And I'm gonna allow the colors to mix on the canvas. I'm gonna create those strokes that still follow that rhythm, just kind of like Van Gogh did. So I really like layering in art and with paint. I think that's something that's really unique to painting, is that you don't have to just, like with drawing, you have to draw everything and color up to the line, but with painting, especially with acrylic and with oil or tempera, is that it's a lot about layering. And so I'm going to mix a lot of my colors. I'm just emphasizing the shapes here. I'm going to add some of those really choppy, fluid strokes like Van Gogh did. And I like how I'm just going to start to follow the circles and the movement. So I'm going to follow the emphasis in the line of the star, and I'm following the shapes. And I'm going kind of fast and kind of choppy. But I want to go fast because I want them to mix well. I want there to be rhythm with the paint, movement with the swirls, and I'm creating that by emphasizing some of these shapes with each brush stroke. Like I'm not just going straight across, I'm going to emphasize the flow of the shape. See? And I'm painting with the end in mind as well, knowing that I'm going to layer a lot of these colors so that it's not just one solid blue. I'm trying to get a good basis of paint down. To start to get that page covered. And then it's gonna go this way. So it's kind of cool how you can kind of just get lost in copying the shapes, and once you get, whoops, that was a lot of paint, get far enough, you can start to, and I'm gonna steal it, find a new shape that you start to emphasize. And then you have to make a choice. Do I emphasize that shape or this shape? And that choice is what makes you a really cool, a really awesome artist. Okay, so I got a lot of blue covered. I'm gonna actually wipe this off because I want it to mix a little with the white. I'm just gonna bring in, see this white's already mixed? I'm gonna bring in a light blue. So remember what this is called. This is called a tint when you mix white with a color. And I'm just gonna go in here and do little Van Gogh strokes. Letting it mix on the paper as well, going back and emphasizing those shapes with the rhythm. Because I have to go back and do just white again and just yellow again. And it's not very precise, this kind of style. It's kind of like, it's, oop, that was just all black. So that's gonna be all blue. It's gonna be pretty dark. It's very fluid. It's very, organic, I would say. It's very organic movements, organic shapes, fluid with the arm. So that was a lot of white right there, and I think I want to add, I like that. I think I want to come with just white in here, because I want that moon to really be bright. So I'm going to put a lot of white around that moon. A lot of white, blue. So I'm not thinking, I'm thinking about the final product. I'm not necessarily getting stuck in what it, like I'm not going really slow and precise. I'm just thinking about layering, honestly, and I'm just layering these colors because white implies light. I want all of these stars to have a little bit of a white rim. I do want this to come back to me. I want those choppy movement strokes. Oh, I love that. I love the way that like paint looks when the colors aren't mixed fully. All right, let's add some down here. All right, I have more layering to do, but it's starting to get there. Probably gonna keep that for with blue. I need more white. And now I'm just gonna do a white layer. And it's gonna mix with that blue pretty quickly before I go back in with the white. I'm just layering the paint. White. And I'm okay if it mixes a little. Because I like that look with the mixing paint on the canvas, on the paper. But those swirls I did in white, I kind of want to bring those back. I got a lot of blue on it. It's okay. Wiping it off. So I'm going into these spaces with white because I'm layering my paint, and I'm going to put the yellow on top of that. And that's something that is really fun about painting, is the layers, and you can think in layering when you paint. And it's something that's very unique to painting, is that you're not just stuck with one color. If you don't like the color, you can always go back over it with paint. And I think that's why I really like it, because I really like to experiment with my art. If I feel like I can't take the risk, it starts to make me feel a little confined. Because I'm terrible with decisions. I think that's what it comes down to, is that I don't like making decisions. And so if I know that my decision, there's space and freedom in my decision, then it helps me feel more free to make that choice, that decision. All right, coming back in with the yellow, and I'm gonna mix, I wanna mix my paint. Okay, that mix. So I want this paint thick enough because I don't want green, and yellow and blue make green, so it'd be very easy to green here. Just raise a light moving. I'm kind of careful. I mean, I'm still very fluid with it, but I'm making sure to hit the white instead of the blue. I'm afraid I'm going to get my green. Okay, well, let me do these stars first. So these little spots of yellow are helping guide the movement, the rhythm and movement of the artwork. It's adding even more emphasis to the shapes. All right, I'm really excited about doing the moon. So I want the moon to be a little bit of a different yellow. So as I'm mixing this in here, get some white. I'm thinking about how I can make this moon yellow stand out more. So some options I'm thinking about are adding some black, making it a shade so that the yellow, more white in there. And the moon looks a little bit different. I'm very loose with my movement. That can be hard for some people, is to keep that loose wrist, because that makes you more, it honestly, it makes you a lot more prone to making a mistake. But I know what I love about painting is that I can just paint right back over my mistakes. And you can somewhat see just like making strokes. So I might just add maybe this yellow is enough different. Let's see. That yellow may be enough. I may just add teeny bit of black. Even that might have been too much. So I'm adding more yellow. So actually, because I had white on my brush, I made a tone because I added gray. Really thick. That did it, I think. I'm gonna go back in with white again. That might have been too much white there. Yeah, see, that was too much white there. I made a mistake. But I'm going to fix it. See, now I like that. I like that thick blob right there. I'm gonna even come back in one more time with that dark blue until I feel like it's complete. I'm gonna do dark blue one more time and then maybe we'll see. And there we go. There is our Starry Night.